If you've ever wondered what it looks like to buy 100 volumes of manga, it looks a little something like this. And by God, please do not try to replicate this at home. Hello everybody, this is Axel Blaze. I am back, and today for you guys I have a giant manga haul. As you saw in the opening, I have recently purchased over 100 volumes of manga. The exact number to just give you guys exacts was 104, which is a lot. Everything that you're going to be seeing today is something that I have purchased either through Barnes & Noble, local comic shop, or half-price books. You'll still actually see the sticker on a lot of the half-price books. And yeah, at this point, with the amount of books that I've just purchased, my entire collection has gotten up to the 1,200 mark, which is a huge mark to beat for sure. Once we get to the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys at least my new bookshelves in the office once everything is sorted. Everything that I had in there previously was a volume 1 and etc. bookcase, but I'm going to have more specific series that are in there at this point in time. The other thing that you'll notice, at least with the intro, is that the bookshelf and whatnot is a little disorganized compared to what you saw in my previous video. That is because I'm filming videos a little bit out of order, so you will be seeing the State of Shonen Jump video first, and that'll explain why things are a little bit different in the background. But regardless of that, for the video today, with the manga that I'm going to be going over, I'm going to be going through things alphabetically for the most part, with a few different things toward the end. A lot of what you're going to be seeing today is going to have more of a purpose down the line with some other video ideas that I have. But for now, let's just jump right on into it. Starting from the very top, we've got volumes 2 and 3 of Akane-banashi, arguably the best series in Weekly Shonen Jump right now. I know that is a very hotly contested topic, but at least in my opinion, akane-banashi is definitely a top 5. And more often than not, the series that I enjoy week to week the most in the magazine. Going past akane-banashi, we got something a little bit more nostalgic. So we got volumes 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 of Bakuman. So, with half-price books, I was able to get a lot of manga to complete various manga collections that I had started and not finished, and Bakuman was one of those. There's a few other ones that you'll see in this video where I've got a lot of books from several different series, but this has always been a favorite of mine, and I am glad that I was finally able to finish the collection and have it in my shelves. So I'm gonna move these all out of the way. Jeez, the other big thing. Oh my gosh, the table is so full. Obviously in the opening you saw how many books that I got, but just having them in distinct piles it's a lot when you actually get through it. We've got volume 1 of Blue Box. Eventually I'm gonna get more of the volumes, but at the very least right now I wanna have at least volume 1 of each series that is currently in Weekly Shonen Jump that is available in English. Thankfully, starting next year, I'm gonna be able to get a few more. I finally got the first one for Blue Box. We've got volume 1 of the Cirque du Freak manga. Now this is one that I've had volumes 2 and 3 for the longest time, not the omnibuses or anything, just the straight up second and third volume. So it was great to finally get this. I'm a longtime fan of Darren Shan and his books. Cirque du Freak was one of the series that I loved reading when I was growing up, so I'm glad that I'm finally being able to collect the manga volumes. Past that, we have volumes 2 and 3 of Crazy Food Truck. This is a throwback to 2020, and 2021 at least, when I did my best new manga from 2020, and Crazy Food Truck was one of those series that was on the list. These are the final 2 volumes. There were 3 volumes total. Fun little series. Definitely something I'm going to talk about a little bit more in the future. Past Crazy Food Truck, we have volumes 19, 20, and 21 of d.gray-man. I've got 18 volumes currently on my shelf, so when I was able to see that these were available, I absolutely jumped at the chance to get more in my collection. Still sad that this is a series that we only get quarterly at this point, but I'm glad that at least I think we're finally getting closer to a conclusion, knock on wood. Getting to the Ds, and there are a lot of Ds. We've got Damons of the Shadow Realm, volumes 3, 4, and 5. The latest series from the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. This is one of my favorite monthly series running right now, and this is definitely one that you're going to be seeing me talk about more on the channel in the future. We've got volume 6 of Die Dark. I love Q Hayashida's artwork. I love that we are getting the latest series as it is releasing right now, and you're going to be excited to see the other books that I've got from Q. But before that, we've got Destroy All Humans, They Can't Be Regenerated, the Magic the Gathering manga, fitting because I am showing everything on a Magic the Gathering based playmat. So I have not opened this up yet. I know that there is a collectible card inside. I'm excited to open that up. There are several books that I have in this video that are still plastic wrapped, but eventually everything will get open once I get them on the shelf. Past that, this was one of the ones that was a interesting find. Half-price books, you never know what you're gonna find when you're perusing the shelves. And I was definitely not expecting Dinosaur King Volume 1. I didn't even know that Dinosaur King had a manga, let alone that it got printed in English. I only ever watched the anime produced by 4Kids way back in the day. So this was a cool find that I'm happy to put on the shelves. After that, we have Don't Call It Mystery, volumes 3, 4, and 5, 6. I love this mystery series. This is another one of the series that I'm going to be talking a lot more about in the future. When it comes to josei manga in English, especially the non-romance ones, this is one that gets talked about a lot. And this is one where I just got sucked into the first dual volume English release. It gripped me a lot for a non-battle manga. I can't recommend this one enough for people that enjoy a good mystery manga. Then, the last ones for D. We have Doro Hedo, volume 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. This was the other big half-price books haul that I got aside from Bakuman. And I was honestly shocked. Several of these are still in the plastic wrapping. Several of these are still just brand new that I was able to get for half price. These are not cheap books. These are normally $13 a piece. So getting these for $6.50 and getting as much as I did was amazing. I am so happy to finally be able to finish this series and have it all on the shelves and actually get to reading it. Although from what I saw, they are finally making a season 2 of the anime. Finally, after so many years, but like I said before, Q Hayashida's artwork is amazing, and I'm glad to finally have the full selection of Doro Hedo for my shelves. Once again, moving things out of the way. The fun part is going to be putting this all on the shelves later and racking my nerves as I'm trying to get everything in order. Past that, so we are out of the Ds. The 1F volume we have is Fool Knight Volume 2, a really cool sci-fi dystopian series. And if I had a nickel for every time they made a plant-based sci-fi dystopian series recently, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Although I can definitely say that Fool Knight is my favorite of the 2. The other one is running in Jump Plus right now. I am blanking on the name. I'm gonna be kicking myself later for forgetting, but Fool Knight is definitely one of my favorite sci-fi series that is running currently. I mean, unfortunately, you can't say there's a lot of sci-fi series running because that's one of the hard things for manga. But Fool Knight, fantastic. Past that, we have The Girl from the Other Side, Volumes 2, Volume 3, and Volume 4 in the hardcover. Another great find from Half Price Books, just because again, with the hardcover books, especially nowadays, these are expensive. I have always loved the aesthetic of the art here. I mean, in general, I really love the theme of like cute little girl and like eldritch kind of mentor guy. It's a trend. I mean, I love Ancient Magus Bride. I love Somali, so I'm glad to have these books because they are just absolutely gorgeous to have on the shelf. Moving past that, we've got Hirayasumi, Volume 2. Hirayasumi is one of my favorite ongoing slice of life series right now. This is another one of the ones that I'm going to be talking about more in length in the future. But we are up to Volume 2 with this one, and it's a really cozy series for sure. But again, I'm going to be talking about that more in length in the future. But if you like slice of life series, I can't recommend trying Hirayasumi out yourselves. Then the other H series, which I've got 2 left. We've got Honey Lemon Soda, Volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is one of my favorite ongoing shoujo romance series right now. It's got a live action movie. It's got an anime coming out next year. You've got my fingers crossed that we get a great adaptation because this series is delightful. It's cute. I love the art in it. Can't recommend it enough if you're looking for a fun rom-com with 2 very different protagonists, but again, just love the color and how everything pops. And then the last one, we've got Volumes 9 and 10 of Hunter x Hunter. The Half Price books that I went to had a lot more volumes than this, but considering the amount of books of everything else that I was buying, I was just like, Hunter x Hunter is a little bit more accessible and in print to get, so got just 2 of these for right now. Moving past the H's, we've got Volumes 1 and 2 of Let's Do It Already. This is another series that was actually from my top 20 series from 2020 under the Japanese name Haiku Shitai Futari. This one completed, I want to say it was last year or the year before. Great rom-com again, really cute dynamic between the 2 characters. Definitely recommend it. Past that, we have Volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of Mao by Rumiko Takahashi. The legend herself with her current series from Weekly Shonen Sunday. This is one where I need to catch up. I left off, oh my gosh, I want to say 50-ish chapters in, I think, online. But it's fun if you like Rumiko Takahashi's work, especially if you're like an Inuyasha fan. That other series, Rene something, it's very similar, definitely the most similar to Inuyasha, but a fun series overall. After that, we have got Metalist, Volumes 2, 3, and 4. I can't say how excited I am that Kodansha relented and actually gave us physical volumes of this book. I love Metalist. It is one of my favorite sports ongoing series right now. Afternoon Gang represent. This series has won so many award nominations. It's got an anime coming out next year. Fingers crossed that, again, with the adaptation, that it does well. Obviously with figure skating, it has a big name to live up to, considering the other anime that was very popular several years ago. But Metalist is fantastic. The art is super dynamic. Again, great sports read for anyone that is interested in checking that out. After the M's, we've got One Punch Man, Volumes 9 and 10. This is me filling in the gaps of my collection with these. Not gonna say much on this other than One Punch Man has been kind of weird lately with how it's been printing because Yusuke Murata has just been revising and revising and revising time and time again. And unfortunately, a lot of the stuff that was created the first time around is getting lost in the English translation, but still a fun series overall. We've got Orange Complete Edition, Volume 1. Quick aside on this, I thought I lost this book, that I didn't actually buy it the other day because I lost it in my office. Greatest surprise seeing that it was actually there and I wasn't hallucinating or thinking things up, but this is a series that I have been looking to get into for the longest time. This is a great way to start with that. We've got Oshi no Ko, Volume 1. Series is almost over. We've got 4 chapters to go. This was my #1 series from 2020, with Frieren taking #2. Still a contentious 2 from that. I'm still surprised that I never bought into the physicals myself, but I've been keeping up with the digital version since forever. But I'm very interested to see how this series concludes. We've got, after that, Pluto, Volumes 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5, Volume 6, Volume 7, and Volume 8. This was another great find in half-price books, getting all 8 volumes in one go. I'm still working on finishing the anime, but I have been really enjoying it. I've actually been watching the dub because I heard how well the dub's production was done. So this was one where I was really glad to actually find all 8 volumes in one place. And again, for half price. I can't speak well enough of half-price books. If you guys have half-price books in your area, they are a great resource for buying physical volumes of manga and just books in general. I have bought so many books from there. I want to say at this point, half to 2/3 of my collection is all from half-price books. That is the sheer amount of books that I've gotten from that business. Why wouldn't I? With, again, the sheer amount of discounts that you get. Past that, you go from inspired by Osamu Tezuka to a book by Osamu Tezuka. We've got Princess Knight. I love collecting Tezuka's books. Anytime that I see one that I haven't gotten in the store yet, I will grab it, especially again if it's half-price books. So great to get this one in my collection. We've got Sign of Affection, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5. The anime season 1 finished not too long ago. It is super cute. It's great seeing different kind of representation because you don't see deaf characters a lot in the manga space, let alone in a romance series. And I think this one does it incredibly well. So get these back in order. We've got Volumes 2 and 3 of Sawara and Sawara and the House of Monsters. It's so easy to get tripped up on my words with these because they changed how the organization of words was with this. This is if Build King was good. I love Sawara. It is a great series. I'm glad that we're getting it in English. You're gonna hear me talking about this. I know I've said this quite a bit in this video, but you're gonna hear me talking about this a lot more in the future. But Volume 4 is on the way if it's not out already. We've got Volume 9. Of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. This is just me working on my backlog of getting this book. I love slime. I just finished the latest season of the anime. I've been keeping up with the manga ever since the previous season had ended. It's one of my favorite isekais that's just not gonna change anytime soon. We've got Volume 1 of Tank Chair. Again, another series talking about representation. This is another one that just has really cool art. I was ecstatic when this got picked up for an English license, and I am so excited to get to reading this. After that, we've got Welcome to Demon School, Iruma-kun, volumes, got that out of order, volumes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 of the series. Iruma-kun is one of my top 5 ongoing series, period, right now. It is amazing. I love reading this series week to week. I really hope that the anime comes back eventually so people continue watching that, because the music festival is incredible and it definitely needs to be animated and voiced. I can't speak highly enough for Iruma. I really hope that we get the Mafia spin-off in English as well, just because it is fantastic. If you haven't read the Mafia spin-off yet, you need to, because it's amazing. But I'm glad to get these on my shelf physically finally. A lot of the books that you see me collect are ones that I have already read digitally, but want to collect physically and be able to reread again. Although, I mean, that being said, a good third, if not a little bit more, are books that I have not read previously. And at least coming up soon, I'm really looking to finally just bulldoze my way through reading my collection. We've got volumes 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Windbreaker. Another one of the ones that recently had an anime. Season 2 is coming out next year. I am super excited for the next season of the anime, just because I love the arcs that are coming up. I love do-gooder delinquents. It is one of my favorite genres. I mean, I do love delinquents in general, but Windbreaker is amazing. It's definitely slept on more than it should be. It's got fantastic action. It's got great character writing, great art. It just wrapped up a really cool arc that just finished. I'm excited to see what direction the manga takes from there, but I can't recommend this one enough. Among, you know, every other book that I have literally in these piles here. So that at least is the last of most of the manga that I had bought purposefully. The next 3 books that I'm going to show have a different purpose, which I'm going to explain in a later video, but I wanted to get everything kind of shown now. These are books I wouldn't necessarily get normally, but again, you'll see why I got them eventually here. But we've got Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost, Volume 1. We've got Boys Gilding the Lily Shall Die. And we've got Daily Report About My Witch Senpai. Again, all books that you wouldn't necessarily think that I would buy just impromptu. There's a reason that I got everything that I did. It's still funny how and why I got what I did, but again, look forward to finding out why I bought these 3 books in an upcoming video, but I am very excited to read these and see how I like these. At the very least, the one that I'm looking forward to the most of the 3 so far is the Daily Report About My Witch Senpai. Absolutely, for sure. Excited to read all 3 of these. And then the last thing that I wanted to show off isn't a manga volume, but a magazine. For those that follow me on Twitter, this shouldn't be a surprise that I ended up getting this. I got the issue where Ichi the Witch first debuted. I absolutely had to get this series. You saw how many volumes of Iruma I got. I loved Actage when it was coming out. It was inevitable that I was gonna get this. I still have every intention of getting any and every issue of Shonen Jump where Ichi is on the cover. And again, I love the series. Well, I shouldn't say, again, I love the series. I love the series so much. If you're not seeing how much I'm sharing about it on Twitter, you're missing out, but I had to get this issue. I'm so excited to have this on my shelf, along with my One Piece volumes that I have. That wraps up this portion of things here. I'm gonna cut back to my office to show off my shelves and give a little bit more talk on what you can expect in the future. We have returned to the office bookshelf, and we've got a variety of books organized by size, format, and alphabetical order, with various one-off books by different authors, organized alphabetically by author name as well. On the bottom shelf, you'll eventually see my collection of Viz Media's monthly Shonen Jump magazines. As we look though, I'd like to discuss my plans for the future of the channel. At the time of release for this video, I'm planning on doing some unscripted content, releasing on Monday and Friday for the next 2 weeks. If you're a fan of manga chapter review content, I hope you tune in. Depending on reception, I may continue doing these for the foreseeable future, but for now, it's a 2-week experiment. Turn on notifications if you don't want to miss out.
On the scripted side of things, I'd like to take every 2 to 3 weeks to make a more fine-tuned and edited video. At present, I'd like to work on a non-jump manga agenda video, a manga challenge, and a video discussing the current state of Weekly Shonen Magazine, similar to the video I just did for Shonen Jump. I'd like to do similar ones for Jump Plus and Weekly Shonen Sunday as well. I've got one big mystery project I'm aiming to do for the start of 2025, but more details on that at a later date. For now though, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go check out my State of Jump video if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.